In order to start contradicting Margaret and her perception of our Spanish schedules, today we'll start only 7 minutes late. Now I have the pleasure of presenting Professor Luc Hanegreefs. He comes from University in Belgium. Thank you, Luc. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I think you should, first of all, remain yourself, because, as I said, you're children of your time, so just be yourself, but make sure that there are some basic qualifications. And I'm sure that the qualifications I was talking about, if I would have been giving this presentation, say, 100 years ago, it would have been exactly the same. I mean, these qualifications are universal. I would be telling the same to students in South America or in China. I mean, this is just basic. The only thing is that the external circumstances have changed. So the world in which you're living has changed. It has all gotten much faster than it used to be. And the only thing I wanted to convey with this presentation is think about these basic qualifications and make sure that you have got them, whatever the external circumstances can be. So make sure that you have got them to be a good journalist. Because I am convinced that you need to have these qualifications if you want to be a good journalist, if you want to be part of the happy few, as my colleague called them. That's a good question. When I give a presentation as a writer, one of the hardest questions that I'm being asked is, where do you get your inspiration? And then I have to say, well, I don't know. It comes from somewhere. But you can train your creativity. You can always say, okay, now given these circumstances, we go to somewhere, something has happened, I go there, I'm not the only one who goes there, my colleagues, my competitors will go there as well. How can I make my story different from theirs? So that's the main thing. And I have been talking about writing novels and creative writing. I think creative writing is a very good exercise, next to the journalistic work, to stimulate your creativity. Because creative writing is always about, now, imagine, what would happen if? What if? Sorry. So this makes your imagination, this makes your creativity work. And when you can do that, and when you go as a journalist to a place and you say, okay, what can I do here to make my report different from everything that has already been done and that my colleagues will be doing? You will be doing the same thinking as you will doing as a novelist or a short story writer. Well, of course, I can only speak for the university I'm working for, and as I have told you, it's a very hands-on approach that we have. So we actually teach the journalists to work as a journalist. But what I know and what my colleagues know as well is we can only give you the basics. And we can only give you the material to start with. And then you have to go out into the real world, being a real journalist, and then the real thing starts. And then you will be making all these mistakes, and then you will be meeting all these different people. And that's when you will start actually learning the trade. So we can give you the basics, we can try and give you a lot of experience, but the actual thing will only start when you work as a journalist.
So,